You see what I mean? That you are consciously willing now is all that matters. That you weren't consciously willing was not surprising. It was understandable.
Yes, you were never angry with me about it.
No. You gave it significance that it did not have. And you burdened yourself with guilt about it that was never laid upon you. And I encourage you to let it go. And just feel my rejoicing that you are present. Don't let the past interfere with our togetherness now. Don't superimpose it upon where you are now. Because I'm not. If you don't know how to do something, and then you learn how to do it, however long you didn't know how to do it becomes irrelevant.
Sometimes it can seem pretty relevant when you haven't quite got the hang of it yet. You know that I've learned a lot of things. I've learned how to do a lot of things in my life. And I know that it really doesn't have that much to do with what's happening, but there's that feeling, that same feeling when you're learning how to do something that's relatively complex, and you've learned and learned and learned and learned and learned, and you're almost really good at it. But that little time where you're not really good at it, and it seems like you have to apply yourself fully to it as if you do know how to do it, even though you really don't. That seems not just very difficult, but that if you screw up, it's going to be a bad screw up.
Well, you were fine up until the last 3 or 4 words.
Yeah.
Because you can't lose what you have learned. And yes, at the end, it takes a commitment that seems perhaps unjustifiable. But you do it. Have faith.
I find that happening more and more.
Yes. As I told her, be patient with yourself at this point. And just persist. You got to come into the kingdom of heaven on your own 2 feet. And the last foot may seem to be the hardest. but you do it anyway. And you do it with my help.
Thank you for your help.
You're welcome. I know this is hard. I know it is hard for Paul. But you know what? No one who is conscious is providing you with anything but encouragement, while those who are unconscious will judge you. So, hang in here with us. Those of us who are standing in support of you. Okay.
Thank you
You are welcome.
for hanging in there with us.
You are welcome. We will take a break. Okay. Hands. Right here. Good
Hi,
afternoon.
Raj. My question has to do with mental and physical health. I'm told that I have a disease, a bone disease, and I've had surgeries off and on since I've been 2 years old. And as the years have gone by, the bone surgeries have gotten more entailed. And where I am right now is I can pretty well handle the physical aspects of it, and I can move around, I think, pretty well. But the mental part of it is really getting me down. I'm right now on a lot of narcotic medications. I go back and forth to 2 or 3 different narcotics that seem to be pretty powerful, and they're mind-altering in many cases. And so what I have been experiencing in the last 2 years is that just a lot of confusion, not knowing really how I even feel at times, just feeling so left out of everything, left out of not only the family and friends, the friendships that I've made in the past, and the social things that I used to do, but even left out of my own ability to make decisions for myself on what direction to move in. The narcotics seem to keep me moving backwards instead of ahead when I am trying to focus and be aware or conscious of the compassion and the love and the expression of all that is around me, and even within myself, becomes totally unrecognizable, almost at times where I feel zombie-like. And this has been going on for the last couple of years.
Well, first of all, I want you to stop believing that this is inevitable.
Okay.
If you give that word, then you will not expect to see anything but that. And you will make it difficult for anything but that to appear. You're going to have to be more aggressive, mentally speaking, in the same way that you have been more aggressive, physically speaking, whether it was uncomfortable or not. You're going to need to stop acquiescing to, let us say, mental incapacity or increasing mental incapacity. I want you to start objecting to it in your mind. I want you to say in your mind, I refuse to join with this idea that I can lose my mental capacity, or that the drugs can control my ability to be clear. I want you to be somewhat vigorous. I also want you to begin to allow for the idea of a reversal of the condition. Because, of course, healing would have to be a reversal. Which means you will have to let go of the idea that it is hereditary and that therefore there is a cause sometime in the past. That is a, quote, family trait, which therefore you are that you therefore must be subject to. Justification for the problem has to dissolve. There's a reason for words like regeneration and redemption. And redemption isn't just a religious word. It has to do with redeeming something to its original form. Regeneration is to be expected. And regeneration, complete regeneration, means that whatever was regenerated has been redeemed to its original state of perfection. The reason that there are words such as that is because they represent real things, not just nice ideas, not something to make yourself feel good while you're dying, to soothe you while the inevitable happens. I want you to begin to use your mind on your own behalf. I want you to be your own best friend and speak to yourself of the greatest potential in you. Instead of letting your mind rehearse the prognosis.
That I've heard all my life.
Indeed. Well, I'll tell you something. If all of those people who have told you this all your life had been saying 2 + 2 is 5, the fact that so many of them said it and that they said it for so long would not make it a fact. So you've got to decide whose word you're going to take. And I'll tell you something. What they're saying is not God's word. God's word is, "This is my beloved daughter, in whom I am well pleased. This is my perfect expression of myself, the perfect embodiment of all that I am." And that's what the regeneration leads to the manifestation of, which is the redemption of you. And I want you to be open to this, not with false hope, but with, I'm going to say, conscientious resolve. At least to the extent that it allows you to invalidate the word that has been set down for you by the experts. Your well-being has not managed to slip outside of God's grasp. You have not been able to slip outside of God's will for you. And I want you to be able to do more than just cope well as you go downhill.
And that's what I'm looking to do, is to be able to cope.
Because that's not what it's about. Now, you're very strong. And you have a lot of determination. But instead of using that determination to manage not to suffer too much as things inevitably get worse, I want you to use that determination to embrace regeneration and redemption, which is another way of saying claiming your birthright. Now, I've shared many things today that are relevant to you, in addition to what I'm saying right now. And you cannot walk out of here in the same frame of mind that you walked in. And I want you to consciously claim the new perspectives for yourself. With as much vigor as you exercise, physically speaking, and with the same determination that you use to exercise, even if it's difficult, even if it's uncomfortable. It doesn't matter if you are entertaining a new viewpoint vigorously in opposition to the one that's been handed down to you through the years. It doesn't matter if that seems to be work. Do it. Just like you get your exercise. I'm standing on your behalf. And I invite you to join me in standing on your behalf. And again, I'm not talking about wonderful cloud nine spiritual talk to be a sedative, not a sedative, but a painkiller while the problem kills you. What I'm talking about is very grounded and very grounding. And it is for the purpose of opening up again the door to you of the reasonability of allowing for regeneration and redemption in the most practical terms that will show up on your x-rays and that no physician will be able to deny. But what I don't want you to do anymore is to find the strength to die gracefully.
Well, it seems like that's what I've been looking for, is how do I die gracefully?
Indeed.
How do I let go? Because I have been blessed with plenty in my life. I've been well taken care of.
Oh
The
yes,
majority
I
of my
know.
life, and
You've
how
had
do I
enough.
let go?
You've had enough good.
with gratitude instead of
Well, bullshit on
asking
letting
the question,
go
why did
with
this happen to me?
gratitude. You hear me? We're not going to let go with gratitude. We're not going to gratefully die. We're going to joyously embrace life. It's your birthright to have a whole lot more good than you've already had, so that you can stand in even fuller gratitude and open to receive even more. And you know what I'm doing? I'm turning your boat around.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Let me do it. Don't resist it. Allow it to be turned around. Every thought you have, as I said earlier, sends out messengers looking for that which will confirm it, so it can bring the news of confirmation back to you. And I will not join you in sending out messengers, in entertaining thoughts which send out messengers looking for confirmation of the worst about you. I will not join you in that. And I ask you to join me in entertaining thoughts that send out messengers that look for confirmation of the best in you, because they will come back with those confirmations. They will not come back and say, I'm sorry, I couldn't find any confirmation. Now, it may be a little strenuous and it may be a little shocking to be confronted with this. But by God, it's better to be shocked to life than gracefully die.
Yeah. That seems to be my struggle the last couple years on the narcotics, the switching and everything, and the mental aspects that entails, is not being able to.
There may come a point here where you'll have to put your foot down and refuse, and tell your doctors that you refuse to have as much of the medication, because you need your mind to be a little clearer than it is.
Yeah. The option is to try a bar in the spine, and I am so not wanting to do that.
Well, that's the best option they can give you at the moment, but turn your boat around and you'll find you'll have other options.
Okay. I'm willing to do that. If there are other options in that one, yeah.
Yes.
I said, you think differently, you will send out messengers to bring back confirmation of that which blesses you, redeems you. That's got to mean other options. It's got to mean options beyond anything that the physicians can come up with, because they can't come up with regeneration and redemption. So I want you to be open all the way. You are beginning to see that you were adopting a self-defeating attitude in the name of graciousness, in the name of some sort of grace. But it still was self-defeating.
Mm-hmm.
You do not want to set into motion a self-defeating prophecy.
So the other part of that is, as I change and see myself in a different way or a different light, then others will respond to that, instead of, because what I'm getting now is well, I do the best I can to just play it off and not let others know, because usually when they do know, then it's a whole nother response. But so I
Yes.
guess I do, you know, I stay inside, I stay in my four walls, my box, and
As you change, you will see others responding differently. You said, as I begin to look at myself in a new way. Remember that all you have in your mind is memory.
mm-hmm.
So looking at yourself in a new way isn't available to you in your present mindset. Mm-hmm. So I am encouraging you to ask for help in a new vision. And you will be lovingly supplied with